The program is Youth Files. I am Abdullateef Isa. My guest is a media strategist, researcher, and video editor. It's nice to have you on Youth Files, Miss Aminat Olaitan Miskilu.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Today, you are a regular mention at UCJ meetings. And I've once heard the current president of the UCJ, saying you are always at trainings, everything the union was organizing then, you are always there. What role can you say trainings and even internships, because I learnt you interned at TVC at some point and also at the nation. What role do you think trainings and internships played or still plays in your life?
Well, because I saw how you remember I said my social life was not buoyant while I was in school, right? And when I was in 200 level, I got exposed. I got the opportunity to intern here at TVC News, and I got to experience the corporate world firsthand for the very first time, and I learned a lot, a whole lot. And so when I got back to school, my approach to journalism changed. The way I approach publications, the way I planned. And I think that was one of the things that the association saw in me that made them now recommend me for the post of the editor in chief, because they felt and I handle things professionally, like I say, I'm in the mainstream and all of that. So all of those things, contributed to my growth. And in some way, I've always encouraged my juniors to also, put in for internship and try to put up with whatever challenges that internship might pose. Because at the end of the day, it's for their own good and they get to learn this. So all of these things just helped me to, learn to cope well with deadlines, to cope well with making sure I give nothing but my best. Anything that is not my best is not enough. That's just what I've learned, that little extra eventually shows. People see that little extra, and that is what will stand you out. And that is why you see me after that internship, I never submit any assignment without not making it look as professional as it can to me, or submitting something not following the instruction, or submitting something not a document not designed in a way that looks professional, that even meets the standard of a master student or a doctorate student submitting it to their fellow peers or lecturers. So yeah, it has helped me to make sure everything I do is up to standard and I give nothing but my best in all that I do.
Okay, that's dope. When you were a campus journalist, did you write anything that led you to trouble? Maybe trouble with executive members, the management, anyone?
Oh, I remember. There was a time I almost got into trouble at my department. I published an article concerning the library because our library is always occupied. They're always using it for lectures. When lecture room are empty, they would prefer to chase out all students using the library to read and use it for classes instead. So I wrote a publication explaining, explaining what doing the acting as if I'm speaking the heart and mind of philosophers to my fellow philosophers, talking to the management and all of that. And there was also a time that Plato Academy keeps winning to the extent that they win the championship in UI. And the department did not deem it fit to award them with anything except for I think 3,000 naira for them to buy water or drinks. And I was like, what is this? This is like below the a bare minimum. Why will you people do a bare minimum for these people to went out of their way to ensure that the department won big at the football games? So those are events that I saw that, and then people get because when I paste on the board, I don't really wait around. I'm gone again doing other stuff. So the student that now will now come and say, this thing is generating reaction. Oh, people are talking. People are doing this. So yeah, yeah. I also remember there was a time I published a feature story about a kind of controversial or a conflict that transpired on the field, on the football field. So I think people were trying to protect the person involved, but I felt it was an insult to the philosophy department, so I took it up. I didn't let it slide. I took it up and I used the student's name. I didn't protect the student, and people were like calling me, bombarding me with different calls that can lead to that can affect the student and all of that, and the student image and everything. But I still didn't take it down. But then I got a lot of backlash. So those are the events I can remember for now.
Okay. Wow. How are you able to survive the stormy storms?
Well, survival. Well, what one thing I would say helped me was that I have this I don't care attitude that I'll do what I deem is the best. As long as I'm not hurting you, then whatever I think that it is that you think does not matter. So yeah, that's what kept me going. That was what helped me, forge the storm, forge ahead, despite all of those lash outs after those publications.
Today, you are in the mainstream media. You are currently working with TVC Communications. And I'd like to ask, what has been your experience so far?
Oh, it has been a wild ride, I must tell you. I was thinking the transition was going to be easy, but it wasn't. A lot of resistance, a lot of people, people generally resist anything new because they don't know what's coming, so they naturally resist. They resist. So that was what I encountered: resistance, not knowing who it is and what you can offer, or you being a threat, thinking, seeing you as a threat to their jobs or whatever, or your ideas being suppressed because they feel you're actually the a newbie. So what do you know about the mainstream media? So all of those things together forms the present challenges I'm going through. But alhamdulillah, the more you prove yourself, being good, showing up every day regardless will help you and will speak for you and will make things better.
What is your advice for your junior colleagues, the current campus journalists? What is your advice for them?
Like I always advise them, and I advised them in our last training. I'll still say the same thing. Never stop, never let complacency set in. Keep improving yourself. Like the world is the journalists. I'm talking to journalists, and I think my juniors too, my other juniors in other fields can also still, gain from what I'm about to say. The world is constantly evolving, and technology is um is permeating every aspect of whatever field you want to venture into. So look for a way to sort of integrate technology into whatever it is that you do. Keep improving yourself. Never settle for bare minimum, and never settle for anything less of your best. So yes, that's just my advice.
Okay, thank you so much. Finally, what advice would you give to people hoping to achieve all you have achieved? People who are hoping to achieve all you have achieved, having a first class, having many certifications before leaving school, being able to combine many things. What advice do you have for people hoping to achieve this?
Well, I cannot say I've really achieved like that, except for those little things that just paid off. Those are just a result of hard work and smart work that anybody can achieve. If so, I've not achieved something that anybody cannot achieve if they are also hardworking, smart, focused, and determined to be the best in whatever it is that they venture into. So I wouldn't call it something that so it's something everybody can achieve, and I think they can achieve it if they're focused, if they have a if they are determined, and they keep God in perspective while still working towards their dreams. So yes, they can achieve absolutely everything I've achieved and more. So it's not something outside of a reward for those things I've said they should also look into.
Congratulations on your achievements.
Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for being patient with me. The fact that I always push the interview forward. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time and your data.
Thank you so much. I look forward to another time with you in the not too far future.
Same here. Have a wonderful evening. Take care of yourself. Bye.
Yes. Bye. Goodbye. Thank you so much.